Good evening and salutations, my soap opera fans. So, I guess the question of the day: Days of Our Lives is better than General Hospital, and here's why. There are a couple reasons why Days of Our Lives, and I say right now, is better than GH. One, the pacing. Okay, GH has a pacing problem. They've been had a pacing problem. The stories last way too long. Days of Our Lives will start a story, it will end a story. I feel like at a good appropriate time, as opposed to GH that just lingers on and on and on and on, and to the point where we get bored and we just don't care. Number two, General Hospital has way too many characters. Okay, they got a bloated cast compared to Days of Our Lives, which swaps out their characters when they feel like their characters aren't really doing that much. They'll sit there and take them out, put somebody in, and just keep it going. General Hospital, the cast is bloated, and a lot of times they're just there to fill out a contract. I'm not with that. Number three, General Hospital of right now has way too many filler episodes. Way too many filler episodes. This whole week so far has been nothing but fillers, and it's insane. And people always sit there and say, "Well, not every day you could sit there and make a good episode." Well, then why should we watch every day? Why should we sit there and watch every day? I feel like people that say that are people that are just very blindly loyal to General Hospital. And I've been watching the show since I'm in high school. So I'm not a fan of what they're doing. And four, they treat their vets better. Unlike GH that just practically throws their characters to the side or just, like Felicia, what the hell has she done? When was the last time that the vets really had a good storyline? Right now, Anna does, but they don't always get that treatment. Okay, they're mostly usually just shoveled off into the damn broom closet, and that's that. Days of Our Lives know how to use their vets. Okay, they still keep their vets going. Point blank, period. Now, you can sit there and tell me in the comment section just how wrong I am about that, but I've been watching the show for a while. Okay, so it's not like I don't know what I'm talking about. So let's sit there and do a roll call and get this started. As you're coming in, make sure that you do hit the like button because it really does help out. Cherry Ice Cream is in the chat. LaShanta's in the chat. How you doing tonight? Monica's in the chat. How's it going? Laura B is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Thank you for joining. Double C's in the chat. What's good, Double C? And Double C said GH was good today, I guess. What do you mean you guess? It was either good or it wasn't good. And Jeanette is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Thank you for joining. So when you say, Double C, when you sit there and say General Hospital was good, you guess. What does that mean? What does that mean, you guess? I always do this. This, I mean, if it was good, please tell me what was good about it tonight. That's what I want to know. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm getting twisted. If you found something of value that I didn't, I would definitely love to hear it. People were listening to this thing yesterday, and I felt like they were kind of scraping at the bottom of the barrel. But people listening to talking yesterday about how good General Hospital was. I'm like, okay, all right. Darby's in the chat. How you doing tonight? Thank you for joining. Laura B says, I don't watch days, so I have to take your word for it. I don't like saying it. Don't get me wrong, Laura B. I don't like saying it. I've been, like I said, I'm more harsh on days on General Hospital because I've been. Laura B. I don't like saying it. I've been, like I said, I've been watching General Hospital since I've been in high school, right? Black Ma's in the chat. How you doing, my friend? Thank you for joining. Darby says, "Hey, the air conditioner is gone for the holidays." Yeah, it's been about that. To be fair, Darby, I should have took it out a couple of days ago. I really should have. I should have took it out a couple of days ago. That's just been laziness at this point. But it got a little bit too cold today. I was like, it's time to take it out. Like, it's really time to take it out. So yes, Cherry Ice Cream says, well, at least they mentioned Bobby. Nicole's in the chat. How you doing today? Bobby says, I can admit it's not as good as I remembered it. That's the thing. And here's the thing, Lord B. It can actually be better again. It really can be. Yeah, dark. It's cold as hell. Lashanta says, I'm glad Nate the Snake got fired. I've been through Victor said keep that between them. He told Nikki or Vicky. I mean, here's the thing, Lashanta. This is what I said about any person that doesn't like Nate. Okay, they want to sit there and take him being fired as a win, as a celebration. And let's be honest, I like Victor, but what he did was a dick move. Okay, and by the way, Victoria is that's her father right there. I would expect Nate to sit there and tell Victoria. Okay, they're not supposed to sit there and have any secrets between them. Bobby said there are small parts I enjoy still. Yeah, we shouldn't be just looking for the small part. We should be looking for the stuff that really does hit like there's no tomorrow. That's what you should be looking for. Double C says Eddie is. Yeah, Double says Nate is not a snake. He's a good man. GC. Yes, that's another person I gotta sit there and message. I didn't get a chance to do it today. I don't know why. But Double C says Eddie is close to remembering that he's met Sunny and Ava piecing the clues together. Yeah. Um. Yeah. He decides to jump into the water. Isaiah says I haven't seen Days at all this year, but the promos haven't made it look all that great. Ron might be burnt out. No, it's been good. It's been a lot better than GH. It's been a lot better than GH. I can tell you that much. Um, Versace says Victor basically said, "Don't tell Vicky." He was making moves behind Victor's back. That's okay. That's an interesting take. I'll sit there and say that's an interesting take. Yeah, I know he told him not to sit there and say anything, but at the end of the day, that's his daughter. You know, that's his daughter. So of course she's gonna say something. And I don't understand how he is making moves behind his back. He literally said, "Hey, listen, I want to sit there and send you to this facility. Is this where you can get the proper help?" Victor, being a paranoid jackass, decides to take that as some sort of power grab. And I'm like, in all reality, when Nate left, I was like, I don't blame him. I don't blame him. Nobody wants to sit there and work for somebody who's going to be erratic in their decision making. And he screwed Sally over. Now he's screwing over Nate. Yeah, I would have told them. I pretty much would have told them f all of them and walked out. SGH Wilson and why not Van Bang? Well, in some ways, in some ways, I wouldn't sit there and say it's worse, but when it comes to those days, GH ain't hitting. GH is not hitting like days. They're just not. Yeah, it was boring. It was another filler episode. That way, even Anthony says hi, you Al. Your channel is awesome. Thank you, Anthony. Thank you. I see you're killing it over there on your channel as well. So definitely congrats to you. Let me go to your channel again. There we go. LaShanta says she was testing him and he failed. Then gonna get. Here's the thing. The Nikki's. Yeah, him getting mad. Him getting mad at Victoria. That was out of pocket. That was out of pocket. I'll sit there and say that was out of pocket. Okay. Anthony says I'm watching Brooklyn Nets. Oh, okay. Ah, you just posted something. Your reaction. Okay. I get that he was testing him. I guess he was testing his whole family because that's all he does is sit there and test people. But I don't think that he actually did anything wrong. I really don't. On this case, he didn't do anything wrong. All he did was sit there and try to give him the best possible treatment that he can get from a doctor's standpoint. And he talked to Nate. He talked to Victor about it. He was like, just put her in for intern until you get better. You can get a handle on your faculties. That's not betraying someone. That's not there. He's a doctor. He's not there looking out for his best interests. And I can see how somebody can jump to that conclusion, but there's no actual proof of that. That's just him in his paranoid mind. So I understand when Nate is actually being a snake, what he did to Victoria, what he did to his family's company. I can get behind it. I can get behind people snake they calling him a snake for that. In this instance, no. The only thing that he was out of pocket for was coming at Victoria. That was the thing he was out of pocket for. That's something I would sit there and say he was out of pocket for. I don't know. Oh, and also, just on the side, you just to move on from that real quick. Chance got shot, and it had such little impact, because he got shot off screen. Like, something major like that happens, and you're going to put it off screen. That is the definition. That is the definition of laziness. Yeah, but Nate told Victor. Nate told Victor about that. Nate told Victor that, let Victoria run the company for a little bit while you're gone. See, the issue, okay, so the issue with that is that you can look at it that way. You can look at it that way. You can look at it as Nate's trying to do a hostile takeover and, get Victor out the way. You can look at that. But there's no actual proof. Okay? That's just one perception that he's choosing to see. But that doesn't necessarily mean that's the truth. The amazing, gorgeous, sexy Queen Janice in the chat. How you doing tonight? Hope you had a good day. What you thought of Bold and the Beautiful today? Very curious on your take on Bold and the Beautiful today. Now, what the hell else actually? Oh yeah, so yeah, Chance got shot in the chest. Something that big, and it happens offline. It happens off screen. This is something that YNR has been way too comfortable doing, telling these great stories offline because you didn't have the budget, you were just lazy. Well, one, you were just lazy, or two, you didn't have the budget. And how much of a big budget do you need to sit there and have to show Chance getting shot? You really don't need that. Joshua Cook, what's good? I can't wait to be on your channel. I cannot wait to be on your channel. Hope you had a great day. Oh yeah, just a heads up. So I took some Benadryl today because I don't know, I wasn't really feeling too well. So I don't know how long I'm actually going to be streaming tonight, but I'm gonna try to get through it. I'm gonna try to go for at least an hour before this Benadryl starts to kick my ass. Darby says, my question is how chance the police commissioner is going to be shot. Don't commissioners don't do street work. It's something street cops do. Yes. The screen street. No, you're right about that. The screen Screen freeze. What the hell? Hmm. Might have stopped because it's not freezing on my end. Cherry Game says it's okay. Okay, good. But yes, yeah, granted, I know that, somebody was, or Chance is like, it happened, or, he's never been one to sit there and sit behind a desk. Joshua said, I wanted to tell everyone in the chat that Anthony does pop culture and openings, is one of the normies for YouTube entertainers of the month over at professional. Hmm. I gotta take a look at that. Joshua, you know what I'll do? I'll email you tonight about that. Because I want to see what that's about. But yes, I can't wait to be on your channel now. Lobby says, what I want to know is why the Newmans didn't notify Abby. She might not be interested in the business, but Victor is still her father. But notify her of what? You mean like to come work with them? From what I understand, I thought that Abby chose to stay away from the family business because of all the chaos. Lashanta says Nikki wanted to be Adam so bad, Nick to be. Then Vicky got mad and blamed Adam as usual. Yeah, anytime that Nikki's involved, it's just mm, it turns into a cluster F. It's just like, oh, here we come with the big Karen. W says another reason why Chance is too young to be PC of General City. General City PC. PD. Yeah, it doesn't really make a lot of sense. W says that he might be oh, yes. Okay. Yes. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Joshua says, I'm shocked that Victor went after Nate. Everyone thought it was Adam. That was the usual target, but I was wrong. Yeah, I thought it was gonna be when he said you're fired, I thought he was talking to Victoria. Lashanta says, I like when Victor included Adam. They tried to disregard him. Yeah, that's their usual MO. Now granted, I don't know the history, but I know that Adam does have a bad history with the Newman stuff. And I know when it comes to Adam, when it comes to the fans of Adam, they always sit there and look at it this way. Adam is the good guy, everyone else is the boogeyman. Yeah, and Chloe decided to quit working for Summer. And I'm like, my whole thing is like, if Kevin is actually so much this provider, then why even bother to work at all? She tried to make it seem like she needed to actually have this job. What's good, Josh? What's good, Jonathan? Bobby said, do what is best for you, Albert, in the stream. If you don't feel well, people understand. Yeah, no, I'm trying to go for a little bit. No, I appreciate that. Thank you, Bobby. I don't know. I came down with the hard. I came down hard with the sniffles. I think because I woke up, um, and my heat hasn't really been working. They're gonna take a look at it tomorrow. Thank God. Um, but I woke up and it was cold as F. No, no, no. Maybe I might have got something. Maybe I might have got a bug. What's good, Duan? What's good, Miss Key? Thank you for joining. Let's not just say why was she baking Chloe? Exactly. Darby says, even with all the eggs on their face, Vicky, Nikki, and Nick still wanted to blame and then warned Adam to watch his step. LOL Adam says to. What says Adam winning? Um I mean, it was like the family usually suspected Adam of doing something or whatever. Now, Lorby says, I'm not a hardcore Adam fan, but I feel I felt for him. He seemed truly concerned. Yeah. That was the thing. Everyone was sent to try and dismiss him like, absolutely, Duan, absolutely, I am Team Eric. And you're Team Taylor, right? I think yeah, that's the one I wanted. There we go. Johnson says, were you surprised Sarah got upset? Nope. No, it was not. No, you know why, Jonathan? Because it was too nice. It had too much of a nice moment. It had way too much of a nice moment. So I knew that was not going to last on that premise alone. And what's good, Miss Geese? It's good to see you again. Lashanta said, did you see Nick threw Adam under the bus about the doctor? Yes. I'm over Sarah. It's one of those things where it's like they're only doing this big fight. The thing with Sarah and Xander is that they're doing this big fight because they're going to get together. They're going to get back together later on. That's the thing. All this tension that they're doing now, they're going to get back together. Um, what did everyone think about John and Marlena's anniversary? No strawberries? Really? What is John getting lazy or something? Johnson says it's too bad Days didn't pick up from the last moment of yeah, too bad. This case said, thank you kindly. Load up on your vitamin C. What vitamin C? What did I talk? What vitamin C? Oh, keep up on your. Oh, look up. Load up on your. Oh, yes, yes. Oh, load up on your vitamins. Yeah, yeah. I got to actually get some more. I actually ran out. I actually ran out of vitamins. So yeah, I got to get some more. How do you feel about Nate King Fire? You usually call him Nate. I'm still calling him Nate the Great. I actually tell you, too, let me tell you how I feel about that. Victor's a dick. Okay, he fired Nate for no reason, and the only thing that I was mad about Nate was the fact that he went off on Victoria for no reason. Yes, do I know? I'm still calling him Nate the Great. How actually tell you the truth, him being fired, like you said, was a blessing. To sit there and work with such an erratic dick like him, yeah. Yeah, Lashanta, but here's the thing, Lashanta, and Steve is on it. Steve is definitely on it. Debbie says Sarah is so predictable. She says she wants to love him, but doesn't want to fight against the world for his love. Fight against the world for wait. Okay, I understood up to that point. But what do you mean fight against the world for his love? Johnson says we will see EJ and Bella have a tense conversation. Oh, EJ and Bella have a tense conversation. Is it going to be the same actress? Because I know the actress is leaving. So we actually and we haven't seen much of her. Yeah, think about it. I don't know why I didn't read that right the first time this came, but yeah, no, I gotta definitely gotta get some more vitamins. And Jonathan, was that in the previews? Darby says defend Xander from all for his enemies. Okay. Johnson says this week the same attitude. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, because Jonathan, I know that she was supposed to leave at some point. So Duan says Victor is smart. Nate and Victoria were power hungry. Okay, that's an interesting interpret. I see it differently, but okay. Oh, it's in the previews. Okay, Jonathan. Yeah, I gotta sit there and look at those previews again. Gotta do that. Big Nate. General Hospital was in last place. Out of all four of them, it was in last place. Was good, Melly Mel, my horror queen. LaShanta said, let Gabby suffer. She needs to be taught a lesson. Yeah, that smug attitude. Oof. I would laugh my ass off. I was like, where's that, her Smith Day crying and stuff like that? Oh, I'm going to jail. What was that smug attitude then? She was all for clowning EJ and acting like she was on top of the world. All right, I look forward to watching it. Dawn says Victoria Newman fired her brother only to hire her boyfriend. Yeah, that wasn't a cool move. That wasn't a cool move. I would agree with that. So Shanta says, if nobody trusts Nate, Victor had to see for himself. That's an interesting perspective. This is Jack Abbott, ladies and gentlemen. What's good? This is Jack Abbott is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Like I said, it's an interesting perception or perspective that you're coming from. But see, again, I know people. His thing, people don't like Nate, so um, he's always going to be wrong. What's good, Spider Quake? What's good, Jess? I hope you had a good day. Ain't no way, Jess. Just come. Johnson says, and the last scene when AJ announced he's the new DA, Gabby had the look on her face that said, "I'm screwed." Yes, and it was very satisfying. I got a chance to watch that scene again. Last night after we talked about it. LaShanta says, "Remember Nate started all plotting with Audra." Elena warned everyone. That's true. I will give you that much. I will give you that much, LaShanta. He was plotting with Audra. I actually forgot about that. Darby says, I said yesterday that the Newman family are all sharks, but today Adam was smart enough to keep his mouth shut and let Nate bury himself, knowing the family would turn on Nate. Yeah, that is very true. I felt like he was out of pocket coming at Victoria. Mel says, I'm happy that I did not tell you that it was Steve that saw. Okay, cool. I'm glad you actually didn't tell me that because it was a good surprise. I appreciate you not telling. I know you usually sit there and always do the spoilers and stuff. So I'm actually very happy. Yeah, because Steve was eyeing him like a hot minute. Oh, you know what? Since Johnson says this just and the actors have reached a deal. Oh, good, good. That's good news. Jonathan. Just on another side note, no one was not there really. Um, I, what was it? No one was really virtual signaling for the actors like they did with the writers. A lot of people kept just saying, "I support the writers. I support the writers." I didn't see no one sit there saying, "I support the actors." I didn't see one person sit there and say, "I support the actors." Thank you, Darby. Yes, make sure you do hit the like button because it really does actually help. It keeps me in the algorithm and it gets new people to join. Why is this taking so long? So yeah, hitting the like button, it really does actually help. We got 17 likes. We got 32 people. We got 16 likes. We have 32 people in the chat. So if you are enjoying the stream, make sure you do hit the like button. It really does help. And, yeah, and that's the thing, Johnson. Like I said, Nolan Smith there versus signaling for the actors. That's why, in all reality, don't get me wrong. It's not so much that I didn't want the writers to get what they deserved, but I wasn't going to be part of that virtual signaling every 5 seconds, um, saying I support the writers. I support the writers. I wasn't doing that. It's like I said it once, and I felt like that was enough. But no one really had that same energy when it came towards the actors, and actors got to deal with a lot as well. Yeah, Morgan. I mean, on that note, I don't like to be right, but it was pretty obvious that there's a Legend of Zelda live action movie in the works by Nintendo and Sony. Not like, oh, okay, so it's actually going to be live action. Okay, I can get behind that. I mean, never really played the game like that, but was good, Spider Quake. How you doing tonight? So yes, what did everyone think about General Hospitals today? Johnson says, especially when the actors are often in the spotlight. Yes, they're always in the spotlight. They're always being, um, their lives are under a microscope. You know, they can't move the same way that other people can. They're constantly getting criticized for everything, as opposed, what I'm saying, they're constantly getting criticized for everything. And what's good, Tracy Steve? Thank you for joining. Debbie says it's because when people think of actors, they think, why help those rich people, not thinking about hundreds of poor actors out there starving every day? Yes. Yeah. Jess says if you thought yesterday's episode was bad, today was definitely more. Yes. And, just, I don't say that lightly, you know? And Rihanna's in the chat. I hope you had a good day. I did. I did. Um, it was a good day. I actually took out my AC because it was actually getting kind of cold. Miss K said, "Let's hope the deal is ratified. Union work ahead." Yeah, I hope everything is finally done. Johnson says they're often being chased by paparazzi. Yes, and they're also being threatened too. They're also always being threatened. Remember, Cynthia Watro, somebody said they were going to slap her. You want to slap an actor because she's on the show. You don't like what she's doing. When they had their fan event, people were really nasty to Cynthia Watros. People were just nasty and rude. But people, you know what I'm saying? Like, just I can't. Johnson says one actress from Nickelodeon mentioned that she barely got paid for $1 after working on a. Wow. And see, Jonathan, so you understand where I'm coming from, right? When I'm talking about the virtual signaling, no one's doing that when the actors went on a strike. They got to deal with stuff like that every single day. They got to deal with death threats. They got to deal with um people that just get out of touch with what they do as opposed to who they are. Yeah, Jonathan, like I said, it's not, and that's exactly the reason why, Jonathan, I wasn't like every day. I support the writers. I support the writers. LaShanta says it burns me up that Victor let Vicky throw a hissy fit. She more mad than Nate got fired, but pushed Nick out for Nate. I wouldn't care if she's mad. The one got she was the one got all this stuff started. Oh, she was the one that got all the stuff started. I'm sick of Teresa, but Chad is going to call Gwen on something. I'm not going to say what. Okay. All right. Well, thank you for letting me. Thank you for keeping it a mystery. So yeah, yeah, Jonathan. Yeah, we were talking about that a couple of days ago when it actually happened. Yeah, we were talking about that a couple of days ago in the chat when it happened. But yeah, like I said, I and when I put that title up there, I mean like why Days of Our Lives is better now. You know, I know at some point General Hospital is actually going to be good. Darby says Nick is such a giant tool. Vicky pushed Nick out for Nate, and still he keeps defending her, acting like the fool he is. I wouldn't sit there and say. I wouldn't sit there and say he's a tool for that, and I wouldn't sit there and say he's a fool for that. He loves his sister. You know. Yeah, sister. Yeah, Vicky did do something. Vicky was out of place, out of pocket for pushing out Nick to add Nate in there. But at the end of the day, when it comes to his family, unconditional love is all I'm going to say. Hmm. I gotta find this promo. I gotta find this promo that you're talking about. I gotta find this promo. I want to see that. So is Lois leaving? Is Lois leaving General Hospital? And if so, how many people actually care? I don't know if she's leaving. They said she was leaving, but Sasha also said she was leaving, and she came back. So at this point, I don't even know if Lois is leaving. I saw Tracy seemed like she was leaving today. They handled Luke's affairs with Bobby, but I don't know if he's. I don't know if she's leaving, or she's leaving for a little bit. Just that Lois was so pointless. I don't care if she goes. Yeah, I don't. I don't really care if she goes either. Um, but just I feel like she was there for fan service. For people who loved Lois back in the day. I feel like that's what she was there for because yeah, she hasn't really did anything, right? Yeah, she said she was coming to Port Charles to sit there and help Brooklyn with Tracy. But she didn't really actually do anything as far as helping Brooklyn with Tracy. She came in there, she mouthed off to her for a little bit, but that was about it. And I'm like, so you came over here so you can get a couple of digs at her, and that's it? Well, Crystal, I never actually said it was garbage. So how about we start with not putting words in my mouth? Well, Crystal, I've been watching the show since I was in high school. And I'm pretty sure that you missed the point of what I'm saying, but I'm going to sit there and try to slow this down. I'm more harsher on the show because I generally love the show. As a fan, I've been watching it for a while. So when I say things not nowhere near what you're saying, I don't say it lightly. No, it's cool, Crystal. I got it. I mean, it's cool. It's cool, Spider Quick. I got this. Thank you. Krista says, I respectfully disagree. Okay. Thank you, Jess. I do like the show. The one and only Nathaniel Gray's in the chat. Just as a LOL, how many times Auburn's gonna have to defend this? Well, I guess it depends on how much patience do I actually have. You know, it's actually really crazy. I'm not even snitching saying because he's here, because I said this in my review. I was like, the Mason stuff was actually good. The Mason and Austin stuff was actually good. Of course, I don't know what kind of deal Mason's actually going to make if you're not going to turn in Cyrus. Let me see. Yep. Just as Mason's been in the hospital way too long. Well, to be fair, he's actually been shot in the back. Has more lives than the cat. Also, to be fair, when I made this comment, I knew that somebody in the chat, I'm not gonna sit there and say who, was gonna say something out of pocket. So honestly, tell you the truth, I was waiting for that. I was waiting for. Okay, fair enough. Blackman says, "Why do I feel Sheila will save Eric like others?" He said, "There." I'm like, yo, they keep poking the bear. Catley says Mason may just turn Ava in for Nicholas' death to get revenge. Nathaniel says 3 days to heal a cut, so 3 weeks. So 3 weeks to heal a bullet. Yes. Just as I was crying, laughing when Ned heard that Lion King sound, I'm like, bro. I was like, bro, do you even know how to swim? Like, do you even know how to swim? It was a weird scene. And that's true. Nathaniel said, can't, Nick is not dead. So what is he actually going to turn him in for? And Texas Twister, it's been a while. It's been a while since I've seen you. How have you been? Exactly, Dwayne. He's not dead. Texas Twister. It's been too long. Just said why give Mason a deal anyway? So he can turn over the boss. A lot of times with these cops, they don't want the small fries. No offense, they want the big fish. Oh yeah, no, I definitely see it as well. Texas Twist says no, I'm on here. Another name. No, I remember Texas Twist. You have two profiles. Richard says, "Oh, what's good, Richard?" Nathaniel says, "Why give Mason a deal? Because everyone in the city of Port Charles can commit the same crime I have and more. So there's always a deal to be made." I can say that. As Mason, you probably have a better chance to betray Cyrus later. Man, I'm walking. My other phone is charging. Okay. No, I remember Texas. You have two different profiles. Just as LOL can't walk and text at the same time. Excuses. And then says what I love is Opera can read what I misspell perfectly, but it can't read what I write. uh I love it. You know, it's really funny. Me and James was actually me and James me and James Smith did talk about you today. Laura B says, I love your interview with James. Nathaniel, especially when you did oh God, yeah. Um yeah, that Gollum voice. Krista says when I watch your review and I watch Brock TV it's like day and night. Yeah, exactly. It should be like day and night. I mean I know there's a point in there somewhere, Crystal, but I also knew when I actually did do this title that you was gonna be triggered, so well, you know, I'm looking more into Claire Grace. I'm interested in sitting and learning more about her character. Debbie says our only real family can rag on you like this. Oh yeah, no, of course. Nathan is my guy. Nathan is my guy. Nathan said today, yeah, I do a lot of voices. Yeah, that's I'm gonna be honest, I wish I could unhear that voice. You know, no. Let's just move past that because that already gave me nightmares. Safe cracking. One of the things in the interview, um, when he was talking to James, he said that safe cracking. I'm very curious about that though, about the safe cracking thing. The thing says should have. Are you saying I can do it in front of the camera? That I can't do it in front of the camera. The Dan says, yes, I used to crack safes for a living. I'm very curious of how. Well, not even so much how, but more why and move them. See, my whole thing when I found out that I was like, so if a bank turns out missing money because their safe got cracked, I guess I could just suspect you for that. At that point. It's just a very odd thing to be interested in. Noah says, how do you feel when Ice Press says Victoria and Nate got called out in front of everyone? You know, to tell you, the truth, I felt like Victor was a dick. I felt like Victor was a dick. And then says, if you have a question, Albert, just send me the link. I'm not ignoring anyone, I promise. Let's just take control. There we go. All right, I sent it. What's good, Ambassador Sam? The GOAT? No, it says, Albert, did you feel the connection? No? I just, Mel, I wish that they would actually show more. The thing says, okay. Why is this? Jesus Christ. Lorby says, I don't know about you guys, but I went over. What's good?
What's up, buddy?
So, safe cracking.
Yeah. Um, Everybody in LA is a fucking actor. And I was a bartender for a long time. And I wanted to do something that nobody else knew how to do. I already knew how to pick locks and pickpockets, and because I do magic tricks. So it's a really long story into why I wanted to know how to do all these things. But basically, I thought to myself, you know what? I want to know how to do that. And people actually do it. So I found a company and I bothered them and bothered them and bugged them until they finally gave me a job. And yeah, then I was in charge of moving. I got a lot of funny stories about moving safes and cracking safes. Some crazy stuff. Yeah.
Hmm. No, I was just interested. Well, okay, well now it makes sense because I was wondering about that when he was talking to James about the whole safe cracking things. I was like, oh, okay, that's interesting.
Well, okay, for example, you said a bank. I won't tell you what branch, but we went to a safe, a vault door inside of a bank that they had locked and couldn't get back in. And all you had to do was knock a hole in the wall and just walk into the vault because they didn't reinforce the walls. And then
Oh,
we just flipped the switch and opened the vault. Not
that's
very
bad.
secure.
Yeah.
Not very secure at all. Bank of America. Um, Oops, did I just say that? So yeah, no. Lots of. I mean, I could tell you for days, man. My boss was crazy. The guy sometimes has a southern accent. And when I worked for him, he had a Scottish accent and a kilt. And he would like he bought land in Scotland and started using a Scottish accent. Dude was out of his mind, but he was a great safecracker. Like for real, he could do it with just his hands. He could just feel the dial and get the combination.
How long you did that for?
2 years. 2 years until Dave sold the business and I wasn't going to work for the new guy, and we left. I
You
did
also
it
did
just
what?
to say I could do it. I just wanted to. His buddy that ran it, my friend Eddie King, he now builds airplanes for the government. So up in the desert. So he was the guy in charge of all the cracking, and he taught me. Mhm.
Nice. And then you can put that on your resume as something that you did.
Yeah, yeah. Just to be different. Just to be different. But you want a funny story of
Yes.
opening a safe? Okay. Um, hmm, what would be the best one? Okay, I wasn't there for this one, but this was probably the funniest one I'd ever heard. This was before I started working there. But Eddie had gone with Dave to open. A man had died, and his wife needed his papers, and she believed they were all locked in his safe. So they went over to the house and they cracked the safe and opened it up. Now we don't ever, when we open it, we don't ever like open it completely. We don't look inside, and because we've done work for like the sheriff's department, DA, and private people as well. So it's just standard procedure. You don't open the safe. So we're like, all right, ma'am, the safe door is open. Eddie gives the call. Dave says, all right, go ahead, go get the papers, and he starts writing up the invoice. And it's like, it's not cheap. Okay. She opens it up and you think his paperwork's in there? No, it was his entire porn collection.
Are
And
you
they were all like, you know, like 18-year-old to 20-year-old pornography girls. You know what I mean? So this 16-year-old
wow?
kid was pissed. And it's like Dave and Eddie were like, so you want to give her the bill? So yeah, that happened. That happened. Eddie almost got blown up when we were in Palmdale because the sheriff's department had us crack a safe, and apparently the safe had a meth lab inside. So that could have been bad. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. And then there's always people that want to hire you to open a safe in a house that they bought, thinking there's going to be something in it. There never is. And every time you watch a movie, when it says, you know, the tumblers align, safes don't have tumblers. No
Hmm.
such. Safes don't make noises. There's no clicking, nothing like that. Not, it's not real.
And
Anyway,
how long did it take you to learn that?
it's not. It's not long. Once you know how they work, each safe is a little bit different. Um, every make and model, Canon safes, Star safes, they're all a little different. Um, Moving them is harder than opening them. Honestly, real safes are very difficult to move. They're very, very, very heavy. But if you have the schematics on that particular brand of safe that year, you drill in if it's got hard plate, you know, like diamond plate, things like that, because all safes do is by time. It'll take you 30 minutes to drill it with a proper drill, and you don't want to miss where you want to go, you know, and then you'll look inside with like doctor's tools, find the wheels and line it up, and then open the door. Moving the safes is much harder because of how heavy they are. And what people don't know when they think that they're going to steal a safe or move a safe, don't do that. Like if it's a Canon safe you bought at Costco, yeah, you guys could do that. That thing's a joke. But if you got like I went down to Laguna Beach and we had to move a tri door diamond jeweler safe, okay? And what nobody knows is it's actually top heavy. All the weight's at the top. If you tilt this thing wrong, and it will fall, and it weighs 4,700 pounds. If it lands on you, you're done.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we had to move this safe out of the jewelry store that was by the movie theater in Laguna, and it took the door off the frame because when we pulled it, because you pry it up with a giant crowbar and you put little pieces of wood underneath to get it high enough to put the clamps on, and then you pump it up and then we push it. You know, we basically move it like the Egyptians built the pyramids. But it half an inch off, we missed the door. It took the whole door frame with it, and it started rolling towards people in the street. We had it on a chain, so thank God, like it didn't tilt because we tied it off at the top because we knew it was top heavy. But man, I thought we were all going to like run over a bunch of pedestrians, but it didn't happen. It went outside and started rolling down the hill. One time we moved a 7,000 pound Chubb safe. It's like a liquid vault. But the woman wanted to move it after she had just laid her new driveway and it sunk into the driveway.
Oh.
Yeah. It just, the weight of it just sunk down. That stuff was not dry. Um, but like, I mean, I moved the safe in Justin Timberlake's house. Man, there's a lot of TVs. Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah. Did a lot of safes for a lot of celebrities, things like that. So it was cool. It was a cool job. You know, I came up with a reality show for my boss, but nah, it didn't work. But it would have been a cool show. So that was it. Any other questions?
No, that was pretty much about it about the whole safe thing. I was just very
Oh,
curious because like that caught me off guard.
oh, thank you. I'm glad you guys liked the stuff that me and Austin did. You know, it's funny though. I didn't know that that scene happened after the pillow. I always thought it happened before the pillow. So that was out of order. My entire acting arc was completely out of order.
Yeah, it's crazy because as fans, we're snitches just thinking that you're just shooting it in that order,
No,
and
no, everything was out of order that day. For that, like 2 weeks, we were so out of order. I had no idea. But I got the scripts in a certain order, so I did them all in that order, and I did the arc in that order. And the last one that I shot was the pillow one with Roger. Um, and Yeah, the scene that just came up today, I was like, wow, that happened after that? Oh, because I don't watch, you know what I mean? So I was not aware. Nobody
You also
told
say
me.
you don't watch your own stuff. Like,
No. No, 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 no. Never. I can't watch my footage. I got to look at my ugly mug by myself every day when I shave. I can't watch it myself. So,
Jess is asking when is Evan coming back?
when's Evan coming back?
Yeah.
Ask Jess, when is she not going to be here?
I like that.
No, I don't really I'm gonna hang out with TJ, probably go to the gym, do some sparring, and if we're doing that around the time you guys are doing a live, then I'll hop on live with TJ. I just don't tend to go to where Dex lives very often. Um, I tend to stay on the east side, so I see people when they're over here. You know what I mean? But I'll see Dex again. I just they've all been working, and I've been working on other things. I haven't been on lately. I'll be back soon though.
Okay. Well, we're looking forward to your character. Seeing your character again.
Well, you'll see what's going to happen. You'll see what's
Okay.
going to happen. But yeah, Eddie jumped into Quantum Leap. He's going to do the reboot of Quantum Leap. That's where he went in the water. So, you know, Ned's gone. He's on a new network now.
Oh wow.
I'm just I remember that scene got shot. That was funny. Hey, everyone, look, it's my daughter.
Yeah, people like the cat.
Oh, yeah, that's Junebug. She's adorable, isn't she? She just wants everybody to know that, like, I love her. So she's crawling all over me whenever I'm on camera. She's hilarious. All right. I will catch you all later.
All right.
And
Thank you for your time.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Other than that, I was going to ask you something. Um, what were you and James talking about today?
Oh no, we just need to talk about the interview because I told him that I liked the interview. I watched the whole thing. So it was really interesting just getting to know you. And one of the things I do like is that you are a real person. You're very down to earth. You've been on a show that's lasted for a very long time, and it's just nice to see that you're just a regular human like everyone else.
I mean, everybody is. I can't understand actors that think that they're more than that. Like, for example, who's more famous than Keanu Reeves? And if you ran into him, he could be a janitor. The guy is so like, oh, hey, what's going on? Like, so nonchalant at all times. He's never, I'm Keanu. You know what I mean? Never. He's literally, he could work at a liquor store. He'd act the same. So I can respect that. I don't like people that run around and act like they're somebody because you're on TV. I think that's a bit much. But that's just me. It's just a job. Like I told James, I mean, we play make believe for a living. How cool can we be?
I remember you said that. It made me laugh. But you were just honest and you're being real, and that's what
It's
that's
true.
what I
I
like
mean, I
about
mean,
you.
think about it. That what is acting if not when you were a little kid and you played with toys and you used to talk for them, right? It's the same thing. The only difference is you're doing it without toys and you have a camera on you. Some people can do it when everybody can do it as a little kid. They all have 100% commitment. A few of us can do it as adults. But at the end of the day, you're not cool. You're just a spoke in the wheel. You're just an actor. I just try to do a good job. You know, I don't really think much of it. It's a very good job. I like the job. It's fun. Best job in the world. We get to make things that last forever. Yeah.
Well, like I said, it's just cool that you do Hollywood, but you're not, you don't have that attitude where you feel like you're better than other people because you're on such a prestigious show. So,
It's just a job. Don't let it go to your head. You know. I'm like I said. I love all you guys. You guys are well, except Jess. I don't love Jessica. I'm just kidding. No, you guys are all great. I think all the fans are hilarious. You should see the soap boards. You know how many people think that I like sexually assaulted TJ?
oh,
I
That's
swear, the
insane.
storylines that you guys have gone through. I was like, really? Now y'all think Mason like sexually abused TJ? Wow. I'm not even gonna respond to that. I was like,
Yeah, no.
damn. I want to call TJ on the phone. And be like, hey, bro, did you know? Apparently Mason diddled you in the basement. I didn't, but I didn't touch Ava. Makes no sense. I don't know. Fans are funny. I love that they love the show that much, but God, the storylines that show has gone through. I think they all got like crazy ideas on the brain.
Yeah. And that's putting it mildly, yes.
And seriously though, I mean, I don't know why everybody hates Mason so bad. I mean, Ava's killed more people than me. Sonny's had underage girls on drugs and prostitution. I mean, everybody's done worse things than Mason.
Yeah.
Seriously.
No, that's very true. That is very true.
Like their favorite characters have committed like atrocities when I've heard the backstories. I'm just like, wow, and y'all just so mad at little old me.
For hitting on Olivia.
I will never out. Dude, I swear to God, that's the thing I'm going to be remembered for forever. That's it. That's it. It's gonna be. That's the death of me right there. I get one chance to do a scene with Lisa, and basically I had to manhandle her in a bar and get
Well,
beat up.
hopefully they can redeem your character at some point, you know? We won't just see that part.
Well, how long ago was it that Sonny had an underage girl being a prostitute? 1982. All right, maybe in 30 years people will forgive the Olivia thing. Nah, it's not that bad, baby. 15, 10.
No,
Yeah.
but you did really good with the material that you got, so
So I
hats
can
off
ask.
to you.
Hey, look, I just have fun talking to you guys, chilling. You know, I'm gonna get back to watching TV shows. Oh, for the record, you guys should all watch The Cabinet of Curiosities by Guillermo del Toro. Good stuff.
Is that on Netflix or?
Yeah, you'll find it.
Okay.
It's good stuff. It's like Ray Bradbury Theater, but with better effects.
I will check it out.
All right, well, I'll see you all later.
All right, later. It's cool, man. Yeah, he is. He is, Jess. Exactly. Thank Nathaniel Gray for coming through. Again, I put the interview in the pin comment, so y'all can go and check that out. It shouldn't be that far ahead, but I'll put it up there tonight again. Jay Blue says, you know, that scene of Eddie jumping into the water reminded me of Elsa jumping into the water in Frozen 2. No. Eagle fan says Nathaniel is real. I like him. Yeah, no, he's very down to earth. He's not bougie Hollywood, you know. And that's something that I got even when I was watching his interview with James. Speaking of that, I was like, wait. Because at one point you went by Lioness, so I'm glad the Eagle Fang is back, Cobra Kai. What's the saying? Hit first, hit hard, hit fast. Eagle Fang says, "I'm glad he addressed the nuts of the nuts at the soap form. They need to be investigated. That's why I never go on those." Yeah, yeah, I don't go on. I try not to go on soap forums and stuff like that for a reason, because I know people will sit there and talk out of pocket, and I am not shy when it comes towards saying, saying certain things. J Blue says, "Where's my lollipop?" Sugar is a blank, and I'm not gonna sit there and say, yeah, they're getting around to it. Eagle Fan says, "Is hit fast, hit faster." Okay. Well, see, Eagle Fan, it's been so long since Cobra Kai came out. Um, Lashanta says, "If Eric forgives Sloan, he's gullible." Well, I mean, think about how many times. I mean, how many times did he forgive Nicole? How many times did Eric forgive Nicole? Yeah, I remember. No, I remember you told me that yesterday, man. I remember you told me that yesterday, which is fine. And it's funny too because I thought about you when I did my review, and I said that they're only doing this tension because they're going to get back together. Which I'm just like, all right, fine. That's I don't really care for those two being together because Sarah comes across as so judgmental, and it's like he was good enough to marry. He was good enough to sit there and knock boots with, but yet you constantly want to sit there and judge him like you don't know who he is. But I know some people like their favorite couples and whatever. Um, so I get that, but I don't know. I find it so. Eager frames that you can tell if an actor is real when they are comfortable of being comfy of being themselves and be honest and tell the truth. Nathaniel doesn't fear anything. Earn a hardcore fan today. Yeah, no, he's a real one. He's definitely a real one. Like I said, he's on such a prestigious show. And he's been in the business before. Now, Hollywood can sit there and change people. It really can, and it's really cool to know. It's really cool to see that it didn't change him. Texas says, "Nice to see you." No, it's good to see you. Well, you might be talking about somebody else, but it's good to see you though also. I guess so, Jay Blue. Um, Jocelyn and Dex got to him really fast. Lashanta says, "How about you say it? Don't compare now. What is Sloan got to do in the call?" Hmm. Very true. Very true, Lashanta. Very true. I do sit there and say don't compare. Well, I still do have a valid point, but I will give you points for um call me out on that. I'll give you points for that. Darby says, "What's so special about Nicole that everyone wants gets with her her despite knowing her history with Eric?" What makes her so special? Well, I can't sit there and say it because but I'll be because she looks good. Okay, let's put it that way because she looks good. Eagle Fan says, "But on today's episode, Carly, Michael, and Drew, the most privileged characters. If it was a person of color that did, yeah, I'm not going to comment on that, but I do know that Drew's sentence, he should have got more years than what he got. I will say that much. I will say that much, Eagle Fan. Texas says, I have 7 of my own cats. 7? Good. I don't think I can do more than one animal, let alone 7. I can imagine that. I feel like I would lose my mind at that point. But Texas, are they indoor cats or are they outdoor cats? Eagle fan says, "I think the writers are just erasing everything these replacement writers did. I think Ned is coming back." Well, yeah, no, they definitely are. They definitely are. Mel says, "Albert, it was so uncalled for that Teresa had the nerve to say to Xander that he is." Yeah, it was definitely on brand. I mean, they did that on purpose. Darby says, "If I was Olivia, I wouldn't trust Lois around her husband." Why? I'm going to be honest. I felt like that was such an out of pocket comment that Tracy said, and even when Olivia said it, I was like, "Where's that coming from?" Like you know this girl from high school. The fact that you would sit there and even think that this person could be that deceitful to you, it's just messed up, to be honest. Darby says Sonny did the right thing and opened Ava's eyes. I think once Cyrus is gone, that Austin will take over the family business. It just makes too much sense. In this point, he's not too close to Cyrus. At this point, he is too close to Cyrus. Yeah, you know, Eagle fan. I'm surprised that she got played like that though. Jay Blue says I'm ready for Austin's character to go. I don't know. You know, part of me. Why is that though? What's good, Dolly? Joanne says old feelings between exes do tend to heat up. I mean, I get that, Duan, but I'm also just like they've been friends forever. So I feel like until she does something to make her think that way, um, I think it's just an out of pocket. I think it's an out of pocket comment, Duan. I mean, I understand you talk about history and stuff like that, but they have history of being friends for years. And for you to even sit there and suggest that to your friend, Darby says, so just because it came from Tracy doesn't mean it isn't true. What he said about Lois, what she said about Lois and Ned. Um, I mean, here's the thing, Darby. It didn't. Okay, regardless if it came from Tracy or if Olivia just thought of it herself, it's still an out of pocket comment, though. That's the thing. Like, regardless if it came from Tracy, if it came from Brooklyn, or I don't know, anyone else. Johnson says Austin is still a legacy character. He's a quarterback. Yeah, Jonathan, but it doesn't really hold as much water anymore. It doesn't hold as much weight anymore. I mean, how many? I don't know. I mean, being a legacy character doesn't necessarily mean that you're safe, though. Oh, it's good, Dolly. Whenever you're here, you're on time. Whenever you're here, you're on time. The thing is, this cat lady, you have almost as many cats as my mom had. Yeah, no, cat lady has a lot of cats. I mean, she's not called cat lady for no reason. Jay Blue says Lois hasn't even shown an inkling of interest in that their relationship was way over. Exactly. That's exactly what I was saying. It was such an out of pocket comment. 27 cats, Jesus Christ. That's a lot. That's a lot, Nathan. That's a lot. Darby says all fair in love and war. Yeah, but like Jay Blue said, she hasn't shown an interest in actually wanting to get back together with him. That's the problem. If she said or did anything that showed any sort of interest, then I can see that. But there's no interest. She just came there to look after her daughter, which in all reality seems kind of stupid now. But I don't know. Like I said, I feel like it's kind of an out of pocket comment until she does something otherwise. Um, and then it says she had 10. Oh, okay. Well then, yeah, no, then that makes sense. Johnson says, speaking of which, do you think the rest of the quartermates will invite Austin to? I can see them doing that, Jonathan. I don't know if he would go, but I can see him doing that though. Yeah, so that's a lot of cats. Dan says so she could have a zoo. She became the lady people dropped unwanted cats off with. Hmm. I just feel like this. Well, I mean, Grant, don't get me wrong. I like cats too, but I mean, hell, anything more than two cats, I feel like that's way too much. Anything more than two cats, I feel like that would just be way too much. But bless her heart. You know, Jay, I don't. That's a good question. Did they invite Austin to the? I don't remember that. I don't know if they did. Bobby said to each their own. It will be too much cats for me. Yeah, that's like what I said. Yeah, that would be. I couldn't do it. I mean, like I said, any pet. It doesn't matter if it's dogs. You know. Exactly, Tracy. That's what I said. Blessed to her. I couldn't do it. Dan says we have new people in the chat. All these new names. I don't. Well, I mean, I think there's probably people you haven't seen because I do remember. I do remember all these people in the chat. Yeah, I don't remember a lot of J's last year either. Eagle fan says I get following. Eagle fan says I've been following you since the start. When you had no subs. Congrats on getting a big time soap actor. Thank you. Thank you, Eagle fan. I appreciate you. I appreciate you being with the channel so long. You are definitely a real one. Tracy says I'm selfish. I can't do cats, but I'm good with fish tanks. I prefer dogs, Jess says. Yeah, I mean cats are easier to deal with than dogs. Um, I don't know if I would actually want to deal with all the responsibilities of being of taking care of a dog. Joanne says, "Would you say Hope looks has changed since she started having?" Would you say a Hope look has changed since she started having public? I think she's more. I think she's more. I think she's gotten a lot more bolder. Ambassador says hashtag 200. Yes, that's why I put. That's why I put it in the. That's why I put it in the pin comment. I want people to join. We actually definitely do have a good job. We actually definitely do have a good time. We do. So yeah, if we definitely want to join, definitely hit the comment. Definitely hit the pin comment. Oh wait, I think yeah, I think the comment's still there. It says, "Who is this Jess Love? She keeps writing me like I know her. It's weird. Albert, hand me this." Just kidding. He has 12 cats. Jay Blue says, "I now watch a lot of cat and dog videos. I don't know what took me so long. These videos are hilarious." Yeah, I watch a lot of them on Instagram sometimes when I'm not looking at thirst traps. I mean, like I said, I have nothing against dogs. I just they're a huge responsibility, and I just don't know if I actually want to have that level of responsibility. To be honest, I think if I was with someone, it'll make it easier to have a dog. But just by myself, nah. Lashanta said Jake told about the keys and tarot cards. Dan says next time I go live, I'm gonna set the camera looking at a spoon named Jess. Yeah, I think she's definitely worthy enough to actually have a spoon named after her. Have a good night, Nicole. Tracy says, "I will LOL." Did you see? Yep, that's exactly what I said. Looking at thirst traps. You know me, Tracy. I tell it like it is. I am just like James in that regard. I tell it like it is. Just says LOL. I mean, no spoons. Nothing wrong with spoons, Jess. Yeah, you know me, Tracy. I keep it real. I keep it real. Keeping it real, Ambassador Sam. And then it says, "You would know, Albert. You're the one with the giant wooden spoon." I can't help it. Jess is just that awesome. Jess is just that awesome. So yes, Jess, you deserve to have a spoon named after you. Jay Blue says I was wondering yesterday if they announced when Dante was in the backpack. When I saw him being called to the crime scene, I was surprised. Yeah, Jess, you should be honored. That's what you should be. You should be honored. Darby says as long as you don't use any spoons to cook, Albert. I'm gonna cook something. I don't know what yet, but I'm gonna cook something. And this time when I do decide to make something, it's going to be for everyone in the chat. Yeah, you should definitely be honored, Jess. Mel says I wish. There you go, Jess. There you go, Jess. Mel says I wish that Teresa did not have a nightmare about Alex. Wait, why you wish he didn't actually have a Eagle Fang says Nathaniel is wild. Yes, he's definitely wild. So there you go, Jess. There you go. Nathaniel says the best part is Albert was looking hard like what. It was kind of surprising. I was just like, I saw the spoon and I'm just like, it took me a second because I'm going to be honest, I had no idea what even to say. I was just like, what the? Yeah, props, Jess. Yeah, no, Nathaniel really caught me off guard with that one because I was just like, fuck, like, what am I supposed to say to that? That's why it took me a second to open that up. I'm like, it's not weird, Jess. It's not. That is, you know what? Honestly, tell you the truth for this channel, that's on brand. The thing that says Mason may be crazy, but he's funny. That is definitely true. This is Nathaniel. Why do you have a wooden spoon anyway? When you're cooking sauce, when you're cooking spaghetti, I've seen people have like spoons like that. Darby says he didn't take that large spoon off the set, did he? Well, this, J Blue, this is what happens when you come to the chat. You just you never know what's going to wind up happening. Thank you. Nathaniel says wooden spoons are for stirring pasta sauce. Darby says that's an Italian stereotype. I'm going to let that go. I am not trying to get canceled tonight. Mel says, Albert, I wanted it to really be Alex. Yeah, but Mel, it was too good to be true. So that's why I knew that it wasn't. Just as you could, Nathaniel. Well, I mean, I cook as well. Um, but yeah, no, I imagine he does cook. Orby says I was going to say my pasta sauce also. Or you were going to say pasta sauce also. Yeah. Nathaniel says, hey, I'm going to stand on the wooden spoon, Darby. My grandmother would hit me if I used a metal spoon. Hmm. Actually, just I could cook. That's that's let's not spread any lies, Jess. You already know why I messed up on that one thing. Jay Blue says I use wooden spoons for cooking oatmeal and cornmeal. Harvey says when my mom gave me a knife to cut my own sandwich, she beat me with it. Harvey says, "What? Well, my mom gave me a knife to cut my own sandwich. She beats me with it. What the?" Tracy says, "I think Albert can cook." Thank you, Tracy. No, I can cook. I can cook. That was just a one bad incident that happened because of Jazz. See, I was paying attention to the wrong thing. I should have been trying to actually cook instead of trying to impress Jess. So that's pretty much why I messed up as. The thing says, J Blue says Albert switch. Switch what? The thing says yes, my grandmother and mother were to go outside and pick switch W says how does switch turn into sandwich, Albert? Oh, sandwich. Here's the thing, Darby. I think the Benadryl is starting to actually catch up. I think that's why I read that wrong. Yeah, the Benadryl is definitely starting to kick in. Eagle Fang says even if Ned comes back, I honestly don't want him to hook back up with Olivia. She has not been a supportive wife at all when he was Ned. Hmm. I can see where you're coming from. Tracy says soup and sandwich is good. That is my go-to. I actually haven't made it in a very long time. Yeah, I need to start making again. Pancakes. I haven't made pancakes in so long. Nathaniel says, Nathan, really Nathan, not just Nate. Let's just make the name weird. Yeah, that is kind of a weird way to sit there and say his name. Have a night, Lashanta. Thank you for joining. Tracy says breakfast for dinner is so. It is. I need to start doing that again. I think I'm actually going to sit there and try to look up how to do pancakes again. Nady is a better name. Okay, Mrs. Jack Abbott. Okay, Mrs. Jack Abbott. Darby says, I wonder who will win the fight. Olivia Lois, I pick Olivia. Tracy says, does anyone eat grits? When I was a kid, I used to eat grits. Now it's just oatmeal. And then it says, no, LOL, you can call me the lollipop man. Texas says, grits are gross. It depends. Well, Texas Twister, well, if you don't like oatmeal, then I can see that. Okay, did you see all that? Oh, no, I saw that, Nathaniel. Nathaniel said, did you see what Albert, yo, did you see Albert what I, Nathaniel said, did you just see what Albert just did? No, what did I just do? What did I just do? Tracy says, I don't eat shrimp anymore, but shrimp and grits are good. Nathaniel says, he said, Nathan, and Nate is Nate. Oh, I guess I did do that. You know what? That I can't even sit there and blame on a Benadryl. I think even if I wasn't on a even if I wasn't on Benadryl, I would have did that. Nathaniel says cream of wheat is fire. I used to have that a while. I used to have that way back when I think I was like 8 or something. Now says I got good news that there's a Ghostbusters Frozen Empire movie. Well, the old and new Ghostbuster trailer you can watch, which looks exciting. I will look it up tonight then, Mel. Well, I know when Nikisha comes from the chat, she always calls him Cuz. Bowser said blueberry pancakes, maple syrup with turkey bacon. Yeah, I gotta start cooking pancakes again. Nathaniel says he did it again. Nathaniel said he did it again. Yeah, apparently I'm doing things I don't even realize I'm doing. But I'm gonna blame it on the Benadryl. I'm gonna blame it on the Benadryl because apparently I'm doing things that only a certain amount of people in the shop can see. Tracy says, Albert, do you eat pancakes with scrambled? I usually just eat pancakes by itself. When I used to make it, because honestly, to tell you the truth, I was lazy. I mean, I'm still lazy. When I made pancakes, it was just pancakes, and that was it, and I was ready to leave the kitchen. I was not trying to stay in the kitchen any longer than I needed to be. Mel said, have you ever had lemon? No, I've not. lemon berry pancakes. No. And I'm gonna be honest, that sounds weird. I'm not gonna sit there and say it sounds gross, but it sounds weird. Barbie says, never been a cream of wheat person. And then it says, read this. Nathan? Yeah, Nathan. Nathan. If he says Nate 2 times, I'm gonna die. If he says Nate 2 times, I'm gonna die. I don't understand why you Nathan? I don't get it. I don't get it. Just says, where's Kyrie's? That's weird you asking that question now. And it's literally been damn near 2 hours. Nathaniel says, no, you add the Y, it becomes Nathan. But if you write Nathan, it becomes Nate. Make it make sense. Yeah, I'm sorry, Nathaniel. I am butchering your name. But I will give myself points for this. I couldn't pronounce your name. I couldn't pronounce your name when you first came into the chat, so I'm doing better than the first day.
Bruh. My name is Nathaniel. She says Nathan Y. You read Nathan Y. Nathan as Nathan. But if I write Nathan, you just read Nate. And you just kept doing it. I was like, how the fuck is Nathany Nathan, but Nathan is Nate? I was like, how is he doing this? I'm like, I can't say it out loud because I'm like, did anybody else see it? Anyway. I'm fucking dead. I'm like, that's a whole other level of lazy, bro. You just read full words as shorts. I'm fucking dead. Okay, that's it. I just had to explain. Oh, thank you. That was good. That was worth the laugh. All right. Okay, Al.
Well, at least I actually made his day. At least I made him laugh. At least I actually made him laugh. So, Darby says, Albert, are you setting Nathaniel the F off? Yeah, I kept butchering his name. But I to be fair, I butchered his name when he first came in here. So, but I'm gonna blame it on the Benadryl. I'm gonna blame it on the Benadryl. Jay Blue says I almost missed the laugh tonight. Well, Jay Blue, like I always sit there and say, you never know what's gonna happen in the chat. Texas Twister says, Albert, you're eating that ridiculous soup again that I love. Here we go. Listen, if I can sit there and make somebody laugh and have them have a good time, then I did my job. Let's see, I'm gonna butcher his name again. Jess says, hello, Nate. Nathan with a Y has been funny tonight. I don't know why I'm reading it as Nady, which is not Nady. I know it's not Nady. Tracy says, Albert, she said, delicious soup. What? Oh, you know that delicious soup again. Yeah, that's what I read. I could have swore that's what I read. Ambassador Sam Zach. Ambassador Sam says exactly, and Catley says Albert still don't know what he's talking about. Oh, I am so sorry, Texas Twister. I didn't realize I said that. Well, I'm sorry I misquoted you. Sorry I misquoted you. I took some Benadryl before I started, and I don't know. It's apparently more powerful than I thought it was going to be. On the bright side, it did help me stop like blowing my nose. It's so annoying because it puts your mind in this it puts your mind in this fog. Yeah, Benadryl. Yep. Tracy says you have me laughing tonight. Well, I'm glad. Well, thank you, Tracy. Thank you, Texas Twister, for being understanding. Nathaniel says, "Oh, Albert, I'm not mad. You're hilarious. That's a that's a whole lot of cough syrup." Yeah. No, but that's why I said that as long as I was actually able to make you laugh, even if you're laughing at me, I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it. I don't know. I don't know. It's like Benadryl just yeah. It usually takes a while, Tracy. But since I have the extra strength one, which is probably not a good idea. Like I said, Ambassador Sam, if I make people laugh and have a good time, then I did my thing, and that's something I'm very proud of. W said Jess always puts a Y on the things she likes. For example, she will call Spiderquake Spidey. You know, I've noticed that a little bit too. I didn't think much of it. Jay Blue says, I'm like, imagine wearing a T-shirt with a wooden spoon, and people don't know the context of the image. I want to do that one day. I want to do that one day, Jay Blue. I want us to think get a shirt that has a wooden spoon, and I think everyone in the chat would know what that is. But anyone that's new coming to the chat, to be like, what is that? What does that mean? It'd be like another inside joke. Nathaniel says, Jay Blue, just tell them it's a GH thing. Yeah, no, tell them it's a chat thing. Ambassador Sam says, smiley face, Mr. Bostic. You know what it is? I like the fact that we have like inside jokes. Debbie says it's because she's a fun person. Albert, hashtag bless Jess. Oh, absolutely. Tracy says, what's going on with this wooden spoon? Yeah, exactly. It'd be an inside joke. It's like research. Oh, which is another inside joke. So here's another little tidbit. I'm going to be doing I'm going to be doing a collab with someone coming up soon. Now I'm not going to sit there and say who it is, but It is going to be a collab with somebody. I'm working on it. I'm working on this person's schedule and whenever they want to come through. Hmm. The thing says Tracy, the story of the wooden spoon has a king and sordid history. Yeah, like I said, I think it'd be like a cool little inside joke if you watch the other soaps. Darby says, I want you to do a collab with Jess on Christmas Day, Albert. On Christmas Day. Oh, long and sordid. Okay. The thing said, Tracy, the story of the wooden spoon has a long and sordid history. Yeah, no, I don't know about Christmas Day, but and maybe the day after Christmas or something. And, like I said, Darby, whenever Jess wants to come through, um, come on live, definitely do that. That's a very good question. Why Christmas? You, for instance, what does Mason have on you? That wooden spoon. Have a night, Lord B. Thanks, Nathan Gray, for being here and for the laughs. Yes. Nathaniel says Cat Lady used the spoon as a BDSM spanking tool, sent it to Albert as part of a love spell. The Albert that Albert was using on Jess because he wanted the love. Nathaniel says so he named the spoon Jess and was supposed to stir the magic spoon with it when Jess came over for dinner. That is the long sort of history. Listen, I'm make something good for Jess. Make something good for her. Ambassador said Mr. Bostic prepare a holiday weekend special. Oh, I'll definitely prepare something. Have a night, Black Man. Oh, come on, Jazz. I can cook. I can cook other things. The dancers but just knocked the soup over and now it just sits in the corner lonely. Ever says because Jess is always stirring up trouble. Because Jess is always stirring up trouble. Nathaniel says, and that is the story of the spoon. After that, it ends up on a T-shirt. That's the members of this chat. That the members of this channel all are getting for Christmas. And that's the story of the spoon. After that, it ends up on a T-shirt that the members of this channel all are getting for Christmas. Hmm. Exactly. That's right, cat lady. You're in this you're in the story as well. Kind of interesting that he didn't actually forget about that detail with you, cat lady. And the thing says Iris to go make the shirts. Yes, I will definitely get Kyrie's on that the next time he's in the chat. That would be actually kind of funny though. Like Kyrie's, get some t-shirts made with spoons and we give it out to people in the chat. Darby said that that's a spoon just beats Albert with when he gets out of pocket. I can see that. Nathaniel says, I'm the one who started all this spoon nonsense, so the story is now legend. That is very true. And like I said, Jess should be honored. I don't just name spoons for anyone. Yes, Kylie, you know what I'm talking about. That's why I was like, wow, he has a good memory. It's so weird. Like I said, he has a good memory. But with that being said, I think I'm gonna sit there and end it here. It's been 2 hours, and also just Benadryl is really kicking in. I'm starting to sit there and say things on or read things that aren't there. Nathaniel says, I'm an actor, of course, I have a good memory. Yeah, but that was a long time ago. I haven't thought about that in a very long time. So I was like, plus there was so many people talking, but I guess what Cat Lady said, they kind of stick out. So still, it's a good memory. Yes. With that being said, I'm gonna sit there in the live stream because it's like I said, this Benadryl is kicking in and it's kicking my ass. But I'll be back tomorrow. Be careful. Good night, Albert. Be careful. We have great memories. The thing says, just a friendly neighborhood spanking. Good night, everyone. Yes, you have a good night, Nathaniel. Thank you for joining. Seriously, thank you for your time. Thank you for your time. Have a good night, Ambassador Sam. Thank you for joining. Have a good night, Ariana. Nathaniel says CTFU. What does that mean? Soon, I would think. Yeah, I'll be all right. I'll be all right. After a while, the Benadryl kicks in, and then it's just like, oof. Have a good night, Mel, my heart queen. Have a good night, cherry ice cream. Jess said that doesn't help. But good night, y'all. Have a good night, Jess. Have a good night, Darby. Have a good night, cherry ice cream. Have a good night, Blackmon. Red Crick says, Albert, can you read? Yeah. But I started reading stuff that wasn't there, and the Benadryl that I took was like extra. I don't know, like extra strength or something. I started reading stuff that wasn't even there. Kelly says, "Good night, everyone. Good night, everyone. Dream of good spankings." Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, Kathleen. You still kind of threw me off with that. You read things that aren't there all the time. Hmm. Tracy says you did good, Aubrey. Yeah, I didn't think I was actually going to be on that long. Well, Tracy, thank you for jumping on. Thank you for coming through. I appreciate that. Yeah, I appreciate that. Y'all definitely make the chat. Y'all definitely make the show. I'm just the host. Oh, Darby, it can be if it's depend. You know, there's no clean way to say it, so I'm just not going to say it at all. Yeah, well, to be fair, you can probably take some stuff what Jess says with a grain of salt. No offense. Um, Darby says that's that's why I stopped. That's why I stopped. I didn't say the whole thing, so it doesn't count. But anyway, have a good night, everyone. Stay safe. I look forward to seeing y'all in the next live stream. Um, Darby, I mean, it's very quick. He said TMI. Anyway, have a good night, everyone. Stay safe, and I look forward to seeing y'all in the next live stream. Laters.